I wanted to do a tutorial for everybody who is learning this new app and is a coach. Of course, changing apps can be confusing, and some of the hardest parts are athlete resistance and learning something new and transferring your libraries. I'm going to go over several things. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. So the first thing is this is your notifications tab. So this is, you'll click on that and it'll show a list of all the comments and workouts that have been posted. This is your profile. And this here, this little toggle is where you would see the list of your athletes. And if you have your athletes listed in folders, they will be underneath the designated folder that you chose. This right here is the settings button. And your athlete can fill this out or you can fill it out. So it has their name and where they are and calendar compliance. This means, do you want to see the color change? Do you not? Um, what type of metrics you want everything to be. This is notifications, so you can toggle email notifications on and off. You can do individual sports. You can do push notifications, so SMS, in-app, so whatever you'd like to see. And this is where you'll set your athlete zones. So you can choose by heart rate, pace, or power. You'd click here, pick the sport type, you'd put in their threshold heart rate, you'd hit apply zones, choose what method of coaching you're using. And when you hit apply, it will change them all. You need to make sure you hit save changes. For events, you can see their events here, or you can create a new event for your athlete. You can also have your athletes create their own events. And this is a conversations tab. So this is where you can communicate directly with your athlete by hitting on the conversations tab, and you can start a conversation outside of the workout. This feature I love. This is your little note. So if your athlete does not like to be pushed hard, can only do 1 hour weekdays. They do 1 hour weekdays. Has two children. Any note that you want to put about your athlete, they won't see this. This is a great way to keep track of what their needs are so you can create a really personalized experience for your athlete. You would just hit update note and it will automatically save it. So what we're looking at here, recovery score, I just put in a bunch of random stuff so you can see the different colors. Injury risk, oh my gosh, I'm going to get hurt. And acute on chronic workload, wait, I'm doing way too much. What you'll see in the first 2 to 3 weeks of working with your athlete is your injury risk and acute on chronic workload may be in the red and orange. And the reason is there isn't enough information to create an appropriate risk or workload score for that athlete. After 2 to 3 weeks, there'll be enough information and you'll start seeing things normalize. So if you wanted to dig in a little deeper, you can click on recovery score and it'll bring you to some graphs so you can actually see and you can toggle which metric you want to see and you can go back. Injury risk, this little filter right here, you can toggle again for what you're looking at and sport type. And it will give you information on what their injury risk is based on what you chose. Acute on chronic workload, more information here. You'll see this nifty little graph. You want to try to keep your athletes in between the low risk and high risk, ideally somewhere around the sweet spot. But as they taper, they'll dip a little bit. And as they do more, they'll get closer to the red. You can toggle this as well. And you can just see ride or run. Whoops, I just made that disappear. All right, so we'll go back. Other things you'll see, today's activities, what they have planned for today, upcoming events, and a trailing 7-day snapshot. And if you add their location, they can also do that too. Let me just put this in. I have the local weather forecast. So that's pretty cool as well. This right here is the daily athlete summary. And it basically just uses facts from the subjective and objective data. So I really encourage you to have your athletes fill out the recovery scores so that you have a more accurate representation of how your athlete is doing. I love this. Right now, it's not going to show much because I literally just built my own workout stuff, but it'll show a summary, it'll show recommendations, and a detailed report. The other thing is the sentiment score. So it will go through all the notes and tell you basically, Are they positive? Are they negative? Or are they neutral? And it gives you a little more insight into your mood, the mood of your athlete, and how they're doing emotionally. This is the calendar. So you can see events um, right here. If you click on it, you can see what type of sport they can do, availability, what they're doing, and what the start and end date is. Now, when you're looking at workouts, you'll see it turn green if they were compliant. It'll actually turn purple if they were within a certain percentage. And if they missed it by a lot, it will turn red. So this gives you a nice, easy glimpse into how compliant were they with their workout. If you click on the workout, you can take a look at um, how it went. This is the activity instruction notes. Some athletes will choose to share their post-activity comments. So you may see some notes there from your athlete. This is what their effort was and injury or pain log. So if you're following a pain score, so I can activate this, and then the athlete will see this and they can, for example, calf pain in the right leg. How bad was it at its worst? At what point during the workout did it start and when did it end? Did the pain trend better as you went on, or did it get worse? And any additional comments, hit save, and that will show up and you'll be able to take a look at the pain score. Now, for the analytics, if they used a watch, you'll see a really cool map with a bunch of information here. And that's a nice way to scroll through, and you can actually see that on my other tutorial that I did. You'll be able to see what they did and what the map looks like, and it has all their analytics and heart rate and all that good stuff. So, when you're building your workout schedule, you have a few ways to do that. One, you can hit this little guy right here. You can add a workout. You can use the workout builder. You can create a rest day. You can add a note, or you can shift it a day in either direction. You can also hit this little plus button to build a workout. Or if you've created a workout library, you just click on this right here and you can grab one of your workouts and just drag and drop into the day. So that's a nice, easy way to use your workout library. You can search for workouts or you can just drag them and drop them. Other things you'll see, ACWR score. Of course, this is a little skewed because I just built this, so it's going to be red. When you're building schedules for your athlete, the goal is to keep this in the green. And what that means is you're progressing them at an appropriate level. If they are doing way too much or not enough, this ACWR score is going to be red or orange. That's a red flag for you as a coach to take a closer look at their schedule. Now, there are times where you're going to ramp somebody up. Maybe they're getting ready for a 100-mile race or a big event, so they're going to have a couple peak weeks. That might go into the red. But that's also a time to really recognize that their chance for injury is a lot greater. So you do want to be mindful of that. The recovery score is also here. So you're taking a look at those two things to make sure you're giving them an appropriate schedule. Now, if you're tapering somebody, it might turn red again because they're not doing as much. But again, you're tapering them for their event. So it really depends on where they are in their training block as to what that will show up as. At the end of the week, you can see totals for the activities they did, how much time they spent doing the activities, how many miles or kilometers that they did. So this little guy right here is if you wanted to copy the schedule to the next week, all you have to do, copy all to next week. There you go. It just got transferred. So that's an easy way to move a schedule, and you can obviously change or alter the workouts as needed. But I like this feature because if somebody has rest days on a certain day of the week and they do the similar workouts like a ride on one day or strength on another day, it just keeps it consistent. So I don't have to keep looking back, and then I'll just replace the workout with the new one. So very easy. Or some people you're holding steady and you're going to repeat that week. So that's one way to do that. Another thing you can do is if you want to build a workout, hit the plus sign. You can either build it by clicking on the sport, put in a name, put in the planned workout, detailed instructions for the workout, and you can click on the workout builder and create the workout manually. So you'll put in duration, you can choose from warm up, cool down, rest, or training. You can do repeated sections. You can move these all around. You can toggle through duration or distance. And then you can also choose heart rate and all these other metrics, and it will auto-populate based on what your athlete's settings are. If they have a Garmin watch, they can actually load the workout directly into their watch. We don't support other devices for uploading workouts into it, but right now, Garmin is the only one. Being able to upload to other devices is coming, so don't worry. So you can pick from your library this way, or this is a super cool feature, AI Builder. The more detailed you get in your prompt, the better the workout builder will build your workout. So create an interval run, warm up, 5 minutes, zone one, and intervals, 30 seconds, zone four, then 15 seconds, zone one, repeat 2 times, then cool down 5 minutes, zone one, include in instructions, warm up 5 minutes, zone one, intervals 30 seconds, zone four, 15 seconds, zone one, and then pull down 5 minutes, zone one. Generate workout. So depending on how you prompt this will determine how it builds the workout. So it's going to put interval run. It's going to put in the instructions right here. If you click on the workout builder, you've got 5 minutes, zone one, 30 seconds, zone four, 15 seconds, zone one, cool down, 5 minutes, zone one, and it has you repeat it twice. It's essentially built the workout for you. So the length of time it takes to build the workout is the length of time it takes for you to prompt it. The only thing that you will need to go in and fix is if you're doing by time, it won't auto-populate the time with the AI builder yet, or the distance yet. So that is coming, but this says a less, estimated time 11 minutes. So I would just put in 11, save. There it is. If you want to add this to your library, you can just click Add to Library, pick the folder you want it to go in. There you go. You've just built your workout. And what I like about that is as you're creating somebody's schedule and creating a workout, you also have the opportunity to save it in your library at the same time. So this helps you build your library. So that's basically the calendar and how to use that. You can also click on events and you can see a list of events here. These are the recovery scores. And what's nice about this is it shows you a quick picture of how they're doing, gives you a little percentage, a graph. You can toggle through everything and you can show the daily scores so you can see what they picked each day, toggle through it. You can also manage recovery scores and you can add scores or toggle things on and off. You can track things like calf pain, menstrual cycle. You can add a new question, hamstring pain. And then you can choose the template, pain, illness, anxiety, or menstrual cycle. So you can put in pain. If you wanted to put in anxiety and track that, you can actually track anxiety during a workout. As we all know, our athletes can get anxious during workouts. So that could be an important one to add to their calendar. The way you would see it is, again, go back to this and you can select. All right. So we'll go back. So that's the recovery scores. Training, and this will show you a graph of weekly activities, how long they were working out for. You can toggle between rides and runs. And this is the trailing snapshot. And again, it'll create a graph and you can toggle 7 days, 14, 30, 90, or 180 and between sports. Health metric. Again, I don't have any health metrics in mind, so you won't see that here, but this is where you would see their HRV and heart rate or any other metrics that they put in with a device. You can also add an update. For analytics, this is where you can dig a little bit deeper and you can look at graphs and you can toggle based on all of these factors. You can create your own graphs. So if you really want to start looking a little bit deeper into your athletes' overall well-being and their training, this is where you will do it. And it's very simple to use and clear and concise. So we'll go back to summary. And your dashboard is also the summary. This is where you would see your list of athletes. If you click on this, you'll see a list of all of your athletes, and you can create athlete folders and look at where everything is. I'm not going to click on that because I don't want to share all my athletes. Tasks, this is where messages sit. So unread messages, this is an easy way to toggle through unread messages from your athletes. So when you're communicating with somebody, instead of using this little button up here, you can just click on tasks and it'll have a list of everything in chronological order. Conversations outside of a workout, this is where you'll see that. You'll also be able to see the conversations in the workouts too, but it kind of works more like a text thread. So that's pretty cool. Your workout library. This is where your workouts live. This is where you can create libraries. You can create a folder. You can create a workout. You can create a public workout, which means it's shared with everybody, or you can create your own private workouts. These are yours and yours alone to use. Exercise library. This is where all the exercises live. Some of these are public and some of these are private. So you'll be able to toggle through. You can pick by body part, equipment, or you can create a new exercise. So you have a lot of options with this, and there are videos that will be uploaded to um, over time. There's a lot of videos actually. So, if you click on it, you'll see, and you can't edit workouts that are public. Instructions, and this is where the image or the video will show up. This is your coach admin page and billing. So that is where all of that stuff lives. I hope I answered most of your questions, and if you have any, feel free to reach out. And thank you for watching.